Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my goodness, this is a day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. I am Gigi, getting my walk on this beautiful morning here in the 757. They say it's going to get up to close to 60 degrees today, high 50s. We have roller coaster weather here in the 757. They say in the middle of next week we might be getting a little snow. But anyway, we're just going to thank God for it. And if you can get out and get a walk in, a nice brisk walk in, I think it'll do your body good. If not, let's take a walk around your house. Oh my goodness, it's almost the end of another week. We call it Friday Eve, but today is Thursday. And I got a gem nugget for you this morning. In our daily bread, the title of this lesson was a simple request. And the simple request was to Peter from Jesus to just follow me. But there was a deeper lesson in this today. And the title of my gem nugget today is Stop Comparing Your Walk and Just Follow Jesus. Stop comparing your walk or your walk of faith or comparing yourself with others and just follow Jesus. So the story today is coming from John, the 21st chapter. After Jesus had rose from the dead, and we know Peter had denied Jesus 3 times. And when Jesus came back, he wanted to gather his disciples. And he said, I want to see my disciples and Peter. Because after Peter did what he did, he was almost like an outsider to the other disciples. But Jesus said, I want Peter. Because he knew he had a bigger mission for Peter. And so he asked Peter 3 times, do you love me? Peter answered the first time, yeah, I love you. Feed my sheep. So we asked him a second time, Peter, do you love me better than these? And he said, yes, Lord, I do. Feed my sheep. Well, Jesus asked him a third time. And, Peter was like, you keep asking me this, And he said, feed my sheep again. Do you love me, Peter? Go and feed my sheep. And then Jesus proceeds to tell him, how his journey, kind of giving him a glimpse of how he would grow older and, he would die and so forth. And so instead of Peter just taking that, he looks over and he sees another disciple, and we think it's John. Kind of describes John because John is the one that was always up close laying on Jesus's chest. And he said, Peter says, what about him? And Jesus turns around and he says in the 21st verse, the question is asked first. When Peter saw John, he asked, Lord, what about him? Jesus answered, if I want him to remain alive until I return, what is that to you? You must follow me. Oh my gosh, and here lies the lesson. Instead of us being concerned about other people's walk and other people's life and trying to compare ourselves, no, let's stop comparing it and just follow him. We have heard a lot lately about some leaders and pastors and that, they may have been involved in certain things. And half of the stuff I don't believe, because it's almost like in Jesus's time, I'm not calling names, like in Jesus's time, they accused him with eating dinner with sinners, and he was just trying to get a lesson across and all types of things. And there are some things that can be questionable, but I look at it just like Christ was. He was accused of healing people on the Sabbath day and accused of eating dinner and stuff with sinners and so forth and so on. Now there are some instances that are not appropriate, like playing music with a whole lot of bad language and everything. Not going with that one. But anyway, in any case, a lot of times when we start comparing, sometimes we use that as an excuse not to follow Christ like we should. Oh, they did this and they did that. And so, why should I? No, we shouldn't use that. And that's what Jesus was telling Peter. Don't be concerned about John's walk. You follow me. It reminds me when I was a counselor, and a lot of times teachers would send students to me before they got into real trouble, that I would talk to them about their behavior before they got into some big trouble. And so, the student would come to me and I say, okay, what's going on? And they tell me what they did. And a lot of times they were very honest about what they did. But then they would turn around. But the teacher didn't say anything to so-and-so, to the other classmate. How about them? And you know what my response is? I said, don't worry about that. You do what you're supposed to do. You do what you know is right. Don't worry about that. I don't know why the teacher didn't discipline or talk to the other student, but your concern is to do what you know you're supposed to do. So that's the same thing. Jesus is telling us not to compare our walk and our faith walk with anybody else, but do follow me and do what you're supposed to do. Because like I say, a lot of times when we do that, we want to use it as a cop-out or an excuse to do what we want to do. You see what those preachers do? You see what those people do and so forth like that? He said, follow me. That's what he told Peter. So don't worry about what's going to happen to John. You follow me and do what you're supposed to do. I want you to remember that. You need to do what is right. I don't care what people are doing around you, what they're doing right or doing wrong. I love a song by Jonathan McReynolds, and it's called Comparison Kills. Because, when we start comparing ourselves and comparing our lives to other people, a lot of time it doesn't do anything but just kills us. And he has one line here that I love in the song Comparison Kills. He says, God feels what you feel. So ask God to heal what comparison kills. Ask him to give you a heart, not to just look and compare yourself with somebody else. Because, it can go either way. Sometimes we look at people and look like things are going so much better for them and looks like the grass is greener on the other side. But sometimes you don't even know what people have gone through. And the situations are so different. So don't compare, what other people do and how God is blessing other people. Let me get out of this sun. But you do what you're supposed to do. Stop comparing your walk and just follow Jesus. I think somebody needs that this morning. Because like Jonathan McReynolds says, comparison kills. You do, and you follow Jesus like you're supposed to follow and obey him. Okay. I want to remind you, this is Thursday, so tonight is going to be life study with my husband, Pastor James E. Gilmore Sr. Oh, it's life study. You know what we say about life study? We're not only studying the Word of God, but we're learning how to apply it to our everyday life, how we can follow his Word and obey it and apply it, not what everybody else is doing, but what we're supposed to do individually. So join him at 7 p.m. Oh my goodness, we have good news. The Gem Nugget channel has reached 10,000 subscribers. Yay! That means the more subscribers, the more views, the more we're reaching the world with this good news and good inspiration and good encouragement and good instruction all over the world, which also helps the ministry. Oh my goodness. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, we ain't done yet. Next goal is 20,000. All right, let's get it. Thank you for all of you that view all of our sharings, Walking 1K with Gigi, Church School Live, Life Study, How Would Jesus Invest, as well as our Sunday morning worship service. We are on about every day of the week, y'all. And subscribers, 10,000 subscribers. We going for 20,000. We going to 20,000. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, share, like, comment, support the ministry. Oh my goodness. Who would have known years ago that this technology and social media would help us reach the world in a positive way? Oh my goodness. But anyway, don't forget what I said today. Stop comparing your walk and just follow Jesus. Let's do what you know is right, and you'll be better off. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.